Hello and welcome to another episode on Srilingo. Today, let's discuss women and money. So, India by and large is a patriarchal setup. Once upon a time, women were only homemakers, they were not stepping out of their house to earn money. Today, we have a lot of women who have actually joined the workforce. That's a good thing. But to your surprise, you'd be shocked to know that there are only about 30% of working women who actually take their own financial decisions. While they're earning the money, they still are dependent on their male counterparts to take their financial decisions on their behalf, how to invest, where to invest. So they've gained the confidence to earn money to become breadwinners, but they are yet to gain that confidence to invest their money on their own. Today, I have Neha Singh with me. Neha is a certified financial planner and the founder of Womoneysta. Neha, welcome to Srilingo. Thank you very much for giving me your time. I'm very excited to be speaking to you. And through this conversation, I'd like to tell you about my financial journey as well. So thank you for your presence today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's totally my pleasure to be talking to you about a subject that I absolutely love and enjoy. So this honor is completely mine, and I'd love to hear, Smita, about your journey. So please
Uh,
share. How has your journey been with money?
uh, Let me start by saying, Neha, that I learned whatever I know. I'm invested in the stock market today. I am, invested with SIPs and life insurance, medical insurance, all of that. But it took me a long, long time to get here. There was no help. There was no guidance. There was no wise person who told me what to do with my money. It's been 20 years that I am working, but it is, let's say, 7 years that I am taking financial investment very, very seriously. And all of this, I can only say that I had lack of guidance. So, Neha, for you, you have a lot of Smithas. 7 years ago, there are many Smithas you must be meeting, like today. And how do you convince them? What is that first thing that you tell them?
So I think there are two things, right? One is audiences who are passively engaging with us, through social media, etc. I mean, there are women who would reach out to us that I want to be financially independent. They're able to speak up about those things. But frankly, the women who do truly show up for themselves in sessions, in one-on-one consultations, um, they have come to a mindset where they understand that there are some cultural issues, but to take a step forward, I have to do something for myself. Now, I totally agree with you, but I also want to point out one thing, that it's not just money, it's not just finances. This mindset that I have to be protected or I have to be taken care of and somebody else is going to do it for me. I think this is all pervasive in our society as such, and it touches many aspects of women's life, and money becomes one of them. Right? Money becomes one of them. So as soon as a woman has started truly thinking of independence per se, is when she will start then thinking of economic independence in the true sense. But yes, we hear this, and to be honest, I think earlier I used to think that that was, a barrier. We have had conversations with very interesting young clients of ours who actually got their father on the phone with us, and like she was so determined that while my dad is there and he has been taking care of my finances, but I want to do it myself. And because, she wanted us to convince him as well. So we also got on a call with him. He checked our credentials. We had a conversation. He was very sweet. He said, okay, she will start, take care of her. It was almost like a,
Marriage
how
of
should I say it? It was like a family meeting of sorts where I was, taking over the daughter and, getting married to her or something like that. But it was very, very intimate. So, yes, I feel there are these things, but women are working around it now. They are finding their way.
It's very ironic because in the olden days when women were not working, they were given a little amount of money to run their kitchen or to take care of the household expenses. And that also requires financial planning, no? Somebody who has no knowledge of money at all could end up spending everything on day one. But there are so many, be it our grandmother's generation, for example, or even some of our mothers. They were given a certain amount and they had to run the entire household for the month within that amount of money. So financial planning is very inherent in women. It's just that I think it's a cultural taboo to, think that now I can take my own financial decisions. Sometimes when girls are working and earning their own money, there are financial decisions being taken on their behalf by somebody else. It could be their spouse, it could be their father, it could be their brother. अभी तुम काम कर रही हो. Now the next step should be that you should buy a house. Maybe she wants to earn that money and go abroad and study. But now you need to do this. Maybe she wants to do that. So I think that disconnect happens because of the kind of society that we have grown up in. And I see a lot of youngsters. When I was like 20 years ago, when I started working, I didn't have any clue. But I'm so happy because now financial planning is, a very common topic. It's becoming a very common topic with everything else. What is the next Bollywood release? Along with that, financial planning also is becoming a hot topic. And that's a very, very welcoming change. I wish that it was a part of my growing up years 20 years ago. What do you have to say?
No, no, absolutely. I agree with you. So, we'll pick on the saving part. So, I mean, any global research you pick, one is, of course, we know from our experience, but if you even check back on research, women are definitely better savers. If you look at the gender ratio, right? Women are supposed to be better savers. Also, research suggests women are better investors. Now, I think the biggest gap which happens is not the saving, right? Saving, we also, when we do interactions, webinars, consultations, a majority of women are saving upwards of at least 30 to 40% of what they earn, right? So very, very corner cases, I would say, I have come across where saving is a concern. The narrative, Smita, that we try to address in our sessions is called wealth creation, or what you can call as investments, right? Actively building assets for myself. Now, there are two things there. One is the aspect of risk taking comes in, right? So if I have to save and I have to keep it in my bank, I have been traditionally tuned in to say this is safe, yeah, aapka security hai, because women connect to security first.
Yes.
That's our natural go-to, right? That's why gold, that's why FDs, because it's secure and it's safe. Now our training is only on secure and safe. Again, I repeat this, it sounds repetitive, but if you notice it, it's a pattern with this gender per se. The way we are raised typically, in every aspect of our life, we are told to be secure and safe. Again, not just money. So why would you expect this person who has never been really told to take risk in all her life, right? Her life objective was study, then get married, because from her father, then husband will protect you, take care of you, right? So not even let this person adult, truly. Okay, there are 45, 50-year-old women who have not adulted in many ways, right? Because they're still like, they've not really taken responsibility for themselves. Let's say it like
Correct.
that.
Correct.
So if you've not been taught to take risks in life, then again the behavior in your money. How will you create assets if you're not going to take risk? Right. So that's actually when we focus, a lot of our work is around building a wealthy mindset, because creating wealth not only does it involve risk, it also has a lot of mental barriers for women where they feel, oh, I will do something for myself. I will build an asset for myself. This is supposed to be my husband's job, or this is something which I will do for other people. We have such a nurturing, many of them just want to give, very nurturing. So they feel this is greedy, this is selfish, me being rich is a bad thing. There are a lot of these things, which we have to. So it's not just product kya hai or invest kya karna hai. We are fighting these bigger battles.
I totally agree with you when you said just now that thinking about yourself sounds so selfish. That is something that is ingrained in us since we are children. I think it's okay to be kind, but it's okay to be kind to yourself. People tell us,
as well.
be kind. When we are in school, the teachers be kind. They don't tell us be kind to others and to yourself. Wo last to yourself they have forgotten to
रह
teach. So
जाता
when
है.
you, yeah, when I think today that, I would like to see myself here financially in the next 10 years. I'm not being greedy. I am earning. I would like to save. I would like to grow. Now, if
Yeah.
a housewife, for example, thinks like that, does it mean that she's selfish? Is she only supposed to live her life for everybody else and not live for herself at all? This mentality is what I think, makes women already lose half the battle before they even started.
And lot of vulnerability, I think without realizing things which were very different, I would say, in terms of our social structure in the generation before us and the generation before us. You know what I mean, right? Social structure has changed in the
Yes,
society dynamically. And now what's happened is the mindset is now still what has been passed on as a legacy to us, right? So I feel personally this business of, okay, I will only have a joint account. I will only keep money either in cash. I will not have transparency. All this is actually leading to vulnerability of the woman in the marriage or in these relationships. So,
right.
these are things which we really are addressing and we are trying to explain and talk about that there is no, you are earning. Now, just create two baskets, right? One is a family basket and one is maybe some wealth creation basket for yourself. Now, tomorrow
Correct.
that basket not just be for you. You can use it for your child. You can use it as part of your family, a goal. That is nothing, but at least don't be vulnerable, right? And don't wait for things to turn so bad or ugly that uh, then it's difficult to, handle things.
I
Even
know.
as
I
advice,
know
we
what you
can't.
mean. There are lots
Yeah,
of women like that. This
yeah,
topic is very close to my heart also, because like I said in the beginning, when I look back, I the only thing I wish I had met somebody like Neha back then, who would have advised me. I mean, that I would have felt no guilt or shame because I started working very early, and I didn't come from a mindset where, you know, you can't be doing things for yourself. You should be doing things for yourself. You should be aspirational. All of that was there, but there was a serious lack of guidance. I mean, I was putting money here and there and then withdrawing it. There was no sustainable 10-year plan. I didn't know that the SIP magic begins only after 10 years.
yeah.
All of that, and when I decided to invest in stocks, I actually took online classes because I wanted to get my basics right. And then I started, it's been about 2 years now that I am invested in the stock market. Whenever I come across youngsters who just started working, I always tell them that everything aside, take 15% of this money that you're earning and put it somewhere so that if nothing else, you can retire early. I mean, there are
Yeah.
so many things that I wish I was told, which I wasn't. I didn't meet anybody like that, which is why, this topic is very, very close to my heart. And I'm sure that, okay, let me ask you this question. From your customer base, are there more youngsters or are there more Smithas? Smita in her 40s.
So actually, Smita, in Womoneysta, we started in 2020 with a focus more on courses at that time because
Okay.
it was a new idea, and I also wanted to really understand if there are women out there because I used to feel that there must be, but yes, that was validated over 2 years. We did B2C courses, lots of sessions, classes, and there the demographic typically was anywhere between 25 years to your late 30s, few in 40s. Also, it was a COVID time, so I think people had time to come and attend a lot of sessions, etc. Currently, how we see it is in the courses, which we've now digitized and we have these courses available online for someone to consume at their pace. Typically, we see younger people, younger women who are in their early working years. Still, the thing is that a lot of people feel that I don't have enough for me to go to an expert.
Hmm.
बिकॉज मैं उस एक्सपर्ट को पैसे, एक तो ट्रस्ट नहीं है और दूसरा अगर जहाँ पे फीस इन्वॉल्व है तो पीपल ऑल्सो डोंट फील दे वांट टू पे फॉर दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच मे बी आई आस्क अराउंड एंड गेट टिप्स राइट इट्स
Hmm.
लाइक दैट so younger people tend to take on courses more, and the upwards of 35 we see women who are coming in for more of one-on-one work where we do hardcore financial blueprinting for them. We'll handle whatever kind of, if they're coming from a place of mindset barriers, financial traumas, all of those. We give them roadmaps. How do they get started? We manage their investments. So that tends to start upwards of 35. That would be the range. But the younger lot prefers to do more learning. So in that sense, we've kind of got a range of, audience who's connected with us.
It's great, no, because I mean, look at the advertising world. They will always come up with new products and they'll show it in such a way that, targeting women of different age groups. But I think
Yes.
that makes women seem very frivolous. And I have not seen too many frivolous women in my life. I see most of them, want to work, want to earn, want to save, want to provide for their family, want to be
Yes.
financially independent, and this new term now, retire early. I mean,
Yeah.
retire early as in retire early from your everyday job and do something on your own. So
Yeah.
I big myth that women are only spenders, women don't know how to take care of money. There are movies like Shopaholics being made only with women in it. There are lots of men also who are shopaholics, but it's a cultural thing that man will earn and women will just, udao the pesa.
No, but you're absolutely right. So what happens is it's both ways, right? Culture, whatever we see in media, it kind of reinforces a stereotype in our mind,
Correct,
right? So if I'm a woman and I'm seeing repetitively a lot of beauty products which my friends are using, people are talking. So अब क्या होगा ना धीरे धीरे I would also be inclined to look at that.
correct,
And the other way around, when you have more and more women talking about financial independence, the impact is different. So bringing women together to talk about the fact that hey, listen, I'm a frugalist and not ashamed of it. I'm a minimalist. I'm somebody who focuses on building my wealth. Attaching a brag value to that, I think, is very important. Is it a myth or not? See, well, fact is that globally there is talk of the women consumer rising, right? I mean, a lot of big brands do focus on women as consumers, and women have a huge role in household day-to-day products. What decisions need to be made, they do play a very huge role in that. So
correct.
I wouldn't say that it's absolutely wrong, but I agree with you on one very important thing, that traditionally women are better handlers of money. It's like they have not recognized their own power almost, right? They choose to, maybe, now I don't know, there could be many reasons for the, some people tell me it's for the betterment of the family, to maintain relationships, this, that. I mean, a lot of conversations are around that, but they know best why they are not bringing these conversations to the table.
I think it's to do with the word shame. I mean, like you mentioned earlier, that to think about yourself is to appear
Yeah.
greedy, to appear materialistic, and there is nothing wrong in appearing materialistic. Men are materialistic, and men can be materialistic because they want to provide for their families. They want to earn better. They want to send their kids to better schools. They maybe want to take them for vacations abroad. So similarly, women can be materialistic in terms of wanting good for themselves, better for themselves, take your lifestyle from A to B. And there should be no shame attached to that. The cultural
Yeah,
thing,
I don't know when it became that, buying the house was the man's thing. And I don't know when this happened, when the child's education was the guy's job. I'm sure it happened when women were not probably earning enough. But I still am figuring out why these working women are not taking charge of their money. I think that's the audience which truly disturbs me.
I think
And we try to address that.
there are two parts here. One is the lazy ones who don't want to. The other ones, they don't know, which is why, we have people like you, Neha.
I mean, lazy, like think of it this way. I say this, right? Today, let's talk about health, for example. And
Hmm.
I do this in all my sessions because women instantly connect with health, right? Now, is there a lazy woman who is not trying to figure a way to be healthy? I am yet to meet. I mean, the laziest. I consider myself fairly lazy when it comes to health. Even
Hmm.
I have some class that I have signed up for,
Hmm.
right? The laziest of women will show up for their health because it's a priority.
Correct,
I think it's not a priority. I think the challenge is that me having assets for myself is not a priority. It is
correct,
not something gives me, which I have been told that this is critical for you. Neither is it seen as a need. कि
correct.
अगर नहीं तो भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, इट्स नॉट योर जॉब, राइट? सो लेजी का प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर वो प्रॉब्लम होती तो एंड दूसरी है गाइडेंस गाइडेंस के लिए देयर इज सो मच आई मीन इंफॉर्मेशन वाइज एक्सपर्ट्स वाइज देयर इज नो dearth. I wouldn't say that I am the only this no dearth if you're seeking like you said you've learned you figured right you went online there are courses there are experts you can today reach out to them through social media free
Correct.
of cost you can write to them this is enough so I feel it's just priority frankly.
Correct. I think this cultural. I'll give you the example of Aman Gupta, who's the founder of Boat. I was
Both,
listening to
yeah.
one of his interviews, and in that I heard that when he started building Boat, uh, his wife was working, and that's how their household was running month on month because he was trying to build something. So I found that very encouraging because it's always dependent, it's always on a man to provide for the house and do or die, but ghar mein paisa lao. If we don't cultivate that confidence in our girls today while they are young, that you have to grow up and you also have to be self sustaining, you have to be independent financially if need be, because you don't know what the future holds. If you don't plan to work, you must be at least prepared to be able to work. I think these are things that we don't teach our young girls. We just teach them that today you have your daddy, then tomorrow brother, then husband, then son, then maybe son-in-law, and then that's it. Life is always overshadowed by a male presence. So I don't blame the girls who don't know about financial planning, who are still dependent on their male counterparts to do this for them. But I definitely feel that we should start talking about these things. That is how
Yeah,
you get girls to gain confidence. Like a boy knows, a young boy knows from childhood, he knows that I have to grow up, I have to take care of my family, I have to work, I have to be the provider. Our girls should also be taught to think like this. Because if you're
yeah,
talking about gender equality, come on, we have to be equal on all fronts and not only the ones convenient for women. And
absolutely,
sometimes it
absolutely.
becomes a matter of convenience. I don't know. Then you don't know who's doing what with your money also.
Yeah, absolutely,
If
absolutely. I
you
agree
if
with
you
you
can
that
work in big
equity
MNCs,
cannot happen, with it. It cannot be one-sided, right? It cannot be that
exactly,
oh, I want equity, but I'm not going to bring anything on the table. So I
exactly,
agree with you. And equal partnerships is what everybody is looking for now, like the one you mentioned, and many such partnerships, good partnerships, relationships end up having both parties taking that responsibility to show up for each other, be
correct,
it financially, be it emotionally, in whatever way. So I think I agree with you fully that there is a need to be raising our men and our girls and our boys to realize that they have to be basically they have to be prepared for life on their own feet. And
correct,
once they do that, then they are able to have better relationships, I feel, going forward.
correct. I feel, Neha, that you're doing such an important job because you are helping people save their money. Save their money means save it wisely. Saving in the bank and saving it wisely are two different things. We need more planners like you in society because instead of talking about which film to watch or which brand to buy or this or that, I think the gossip should be about where to invest. I think
Yes, absolutely.
that should become the new gossip. Oh my God, I heard you invested there. Oh my God. Oh my God. So I think financial investment should become the new goss in town. What do you think?
The new goss and dawn. No, no,
Yeah,
absolutely. I agree. That was the whole idea. We call Womenista is so, the name itself, many people ask me, what is it? It's women, money, and sisterhood. So it's wo from women, money and money. And sister is broken down with the last STA. So it's like bros have been around with money forever. And now we're building a sisterhood of financially smart women who just come and talk to each other about investing. And I also say this very openly that I don't think enjoying your money is a bad thing, right? So if you want to indulge and enjoy yourself, please go ahead. I mean, I do the same for myself. Having said that, one also is very mindful of how they're using their money. That's all we keep telling women, that it's not that I am coming here to deprive you कि तुम मजे मत करो अब सिर्फ तुम्हें boring काम करना है of investing. I'm just saying be mindful because this is what you have. Enjoy it at the same time. Also build assets for your future and for your security or whatever you want.
Absolutely. I mean, I have come to realize that financial planning is one of the most interesting things that you can be doing. I am
Absolutely.
I am so focused and so invested in it right now. I try and learn new things and I encourage people that instead of, just wasting your time, learn this because what happens, no, truth be told, you have heartbreaks, you have friendships, you have boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, all these relationships as you grow older, they begin to fade into oblivion. And that's when you're only left with yourself. Now, when you're only left with yourself, bitter truth is that you need money to survive. Now, if you have a certain lifestyle for yourself, you want to be able to sustain that, at least sustain that, if not do better. And as you grow older, what have you to depend on? Only the money that you earned. So, if nothing else, save that little bit of that money that you're earning only for your future, where God forbid you have nobody to take care of you. That's how I put it across to people.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hard truth, bitter truth. It's difficult for a lot of us to swallow that or believe that, especially, we feel family so hai and all that. But I think I'll come back to the point. It's self-love. I feel it's the greatest form of self-love for any woman because just imagine the amount of freedom you get by just knowing I have this much. So one is
Yeah.
my capability to earn, and second is whatever I earned, I just kept it so well that it's growing and doing the work for me while I'm, maybe I'm in a maternity break or I'm taking a sabbatical or whatever. The freedom is mind blowing, and earning money is not, I say this all the time. I said, earning money in today's time is no great shakes. Anybody
Hmm.
can earn money. My 12-year-old daughter can, earn money today. It's that kind of a world we live in because we're so digitally connected.
Hmm.
There's so many opportunities, right? It's not about earning money. It's about what you really do with that money. What differentiates a financially smart or a financially unsmart person? Let's
We'll
say
end it
that.
on
So
this
yeah,
note, Neha. They say na to write is human, to edit is divine. So to earn is human, to invest wisely is divine.
divine, absolutely. Goddess like. And we want all our women to be goddess like.
Yes, in the true sense
Absolutely.
of the word. In the true
True,
sense of
true.
the word.
Absolutely.
That
So in
when
our
I
engagements, this is one of the things I love the way you said, it's just about the first step. Once they taste it, once
hmm,
they see the growth in their money and their net worth, they love it. Women, then they make the most amazing kind of clients because they're so loyal, they're so disciplined, they're focused, they want to learn more. I absolutely love that about women, that they're so detail oriented, wo chhodte nahi hai, and
hmm,
they're committed to that journey for themselves. But it's about that first step.
I know. I hope more and more people become good financial planners, become good investors, reach out to you, Neha, because you're doing God's work. Trust me. Because to earn is very easy in today's day and age, but to invest wisely is very, very difficult if you don't know anything.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Neha, for your time. I really had a wonderful time. This is one of my favorite topics. So I really, really had a wonderful time talking to you today.
Same here, yeah. Same here. I
Thank
hope
you.
your audience also takes value out of this discussion and they are able to move forward with their money journey. Thanks so much for reaching out
Thank you,
and
Neha. Thank you so much for your time today.
most welcome. Take
Thank you.
care.